More beneficial than me.
Why?
Because Chris Paul's better than.
What did you say?
Chris Paul has more value than any of the guys they got back.
What did you say?
Oh, I said
earlier about Chris Paul.
Oh, I said he's not a winner, and I wouldn't trade him to Kyrie.
Okay,
Kyrie.
Okay, let me.
I would trade him for Patrick Beverley every time.
There's more than Patrick Beverley that he got traded for.
Who else did they
name? Everybody that they traded him for.
They got 17.
Williams, Sam Decker, and a bunch of other.
Yeah, a bunch of other people who were just throwaways.
But no, they're not just throwaways. They're not just throwaways. They're not throwaways, man. You just can't dismiss what they did. You know, what they gave away for Chris Paul. I think they gave way too much for him. Like, absolutely way too much for Chris Paul.
I don't.
Nah, I don't either.
Okay, they gave away Sam Decker.
Who was a nice
Patrick Beverley,
Montrezl Harrell,
and Lou Williams. Hold up. Let me finish. Think about this.
Okay.
You gave away a defensive stopper and Patrick Beverley.
Probably one of the best in the league.
One of the best point guard defenders, on the ball defenders in the league.
Yeah.
You gave away Sam Decker, young player. He has size. He can score in college. He just didn't have a chance because he's playing to get behind James Harden. Could be a great player. You got Montrezl Harrell, energy guy.
Who wasn't getting very many minutes.
Yes, but this is who the Clippers got for Chris Paul. They also got Lou Williams, six-man player of the year.
Which allowed them to get rid of Jamal Crawford.
Listen, they got Lou Williams at that. And then what other draft pick did they get?
Who did use the draft?
No. They got a first-round 2018 draft pick.
That helps.
Top 5.
They're gonna
between 2 and 5. If it lands between 2 and 5, they got that.
But Houston won't be that bad, so they don't have to worry about that. And the Clippers.
No, it wasn't that. That's somebody else's. It's still their first round draft.
And the Clippers are going to stink, so it's okay. It'll help you.
They're not going to.
The Clippers are not stink this year. They lost their backcourt.
Well, listen, man. How are they going to stink with these players? You add Patrick Beverley, Lou Williams. You still got Blake Griffin. You still got DeAndre. They're not going to stink. They're going to go to the playoffs.
Oh, they will be a playoff team. Will they win 50 games?
They're going to the playoffs in the West.
Will they win 50 games?
I don't know if they're going to win 50 games. The West is going to be extremely difficult.
The West is loaded. I think Minnesota's past them.
I don't know about that.
Jimmy Butler makes Minnesota.
That's Jimmy Butler, but they still have Blake Griffin. They still have DeAndre Jordan. Patrick Beverley is a solid veteran.
Minnesota has probably the second.
Lou Williams is a starter, 6th man of the year.
Hold on. Minnesota probably has the second or third best big man in the game, in Karl Anthony Towns.
He's young.
And then you add Andrew Wiggins and Jimmy Butler. Minnesota's gotten really, really good, really fast.
I understand that, but
Oklahoma City's gotten really good, really
You're
fast.
pulling up a quick diversion to the point that I was trying to make in regards to Chris Paul. Chris Paul being a bad trade for them.
I think it's a good trade for Houston. I do.
How?
Because I think he takes James Harden off the ball.
He
gives him a solid defender, and he gives him.
All he does is get to the second round of the playoffs.
I agree, but that's all they were getting to with James Harden anyway. Maybe they go.
No, they got to the Western Conference with James.
But they still won't go to the Western Conference Finals this year. They're not. San Antonio's still better. And Golden State's still better.
How's Chris Paul putting them over the hump? When you make moves to try to get over a hump.
But I think Chris Paul gets them closer to San Antonio than they were without Chris Paul.
You're speaking from a Houston's perspective.
Yes.
I'm talking about the trade and who had the benefit of the trade.
I think
Clippers did because the Clippers knew that Lob City was over. They wasn't going to get anywhere. They got a bunch of good players and draft picks for someone that couldn't get them out of the second round. Lob City wasn't working.
I can see that. But I still think Houston has better.
Okay.
We'll see it down the road.
We'll see. It's going to be interesting when we see it start.
Oklahoma City's got much better.
Oh yeah, definitely. Paul George going to OKC is kind of wild. I kind of want him to stay there and then pick up another pick because I think that team could be really dangerous if they got that one other pick.
Oklahoma City's going to be really.
But I have a feeling they're both leaving. So.
Oh yeah, I think it's a one and done.
You know,
if they're going to play out this year, they'll play really well.
And the Lakers pick them both up, and they both take less money, so the Lakers can pick them up.
Yeah.
It'll be unfair. I'm not even going to. If they both end up in LA next year, I may ban myself from watching the NBA.
Why?
It's ridiculous, man. It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of control.
What are we covering in the NBA?
I don't know, man.
What are we covering?
I'm going to have to use my going
putting that into the world. We're covering the NBA this year.
Put it out there.
We're covering NBA. We're covering the NFL too.
God willing.
Dallas Cowboys, NFC East champs.
9-7.
NFC
not making the playoffs.
NFC
Dallas Cowboys 9-7.
You bugging.
I'm not bugging. We went over your schedule, man.
We're winning the division.
We went over your schedule, bro.
We're better than the Giants, Eagles, and Redskins.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Grant shaking his head. Nick shaking his head.
Absolutely not. Because they know you.
Yeah, no, I disagree. Mostly because I'm a Giants fan, but their receiving core now is top 5 in the league.
Eli's good for 2 picks a game.
3 touchdowns a game is pretty good too.
Yeah, I don't agree, but Dallas has a really good offense as well.
Yeah, hard to beat that.
What's the last time you won Super Bowl?
Oh boy, here we go with the Super Bowl.
Eli has won 2.
It's always back to the Super Bowl.
Eli has won 2 Super Bowls, bro.
All right, listen, we have 5 so total.
That's a long time ago.
It's always back.
Long time ago.
Always back.
There's people that was born the last time, you won a Super Bowl they're now of drinking age. That means that was a long time ago.
All right,
come on, man.
I can't
stop talking about old stuff, man.
I can't even argue with a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Like it's hard to argue with a Steelers fan.
Look, I'm just being real, man. Look, I like what Dallas has done. I like the 2 rookies that they drafted, Dak and Ezekiel. They changed the whole dynamic. You guys got rid of Romo, made him retire, forced him into retirement.
He should have.
Great. But now this tape on you guys. You guys got one of the hardest schedules in the NFL this upcoming season. If you get 10 wins,
10?
If you get 10 wins,
we won 13 last year.
That's last year. You keep talking about last year. Let's look at your schedule.
We won in 12 games. 11. I'll give us 11. We'll go 11-5 this year. We'll win the NFC East. We probably won't be a 1 seed. But in the NFC, why couldn't we be?
You're not going to win 11 games this year. You're winning no more than 10. And I'm giving you some because I really think you'll be 9-7.
Why can't we win the NFC this year?
You could win the NFC.
Who else is in the NFC that's on
the NFC? You could win the NFC.
No, I'm talking the NFC period.
Nah.
Atlanta?
We can put a small wager that you're not going to win the NFC.
We're definitely going to put a small wager.
We can put a small wager on that. That's absolutely not happening.
All right, we can definitely do that.
Green Bay, you'll get past Green Bay.
Yes.
Atlanta's young core.
Yes.
You gotta stop, man.
Atlanta 28-3.
Even the Giants, just like Nick said, look at the receiving core now, man.
Sterling Shepard's their 3rd best receiver.
And you got Brandon Marshall, you got Odell Beckham.
And you say that to say what?
Say that they got a good receiving core.
They do.
Yeah.
They have really good receivers. And Brandon Marshall pitched.
Giants have absolutely no running back though.
That is true. Yeah.
No running game. And Eli.
I don't know why they didn't pick one up.
And Eli Toll. And the offensive line is
a lot of old quarterbacks. Stop with the old things with quarterbacks.
Brady's 40.
He's never been hurt. Eli's fine, man. Stop.
But
he's not a running back receiver.
Offensive line is suspect, and they have no running game.
Eli knows how to throw. He gets rid of the ball before he gets hit. You know that.
I agree with that.
You know that.
It's going to be interesting. We got enough time to talk.
More. Anthony and Jay inside the locker room more. Anthony and Jay in this corner. We got in. In this corner, we got Jay. Let's get it. Inside the locker room more. Anthony and Jay inside the locker room more. Anthony and Jay inside the locker room more. Anthony and Jay inside the locker room more. Anthony and Jay. Inside the locker room more. Inside the locker room more.